to the EIP-77. Okay. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the EIP-7702 Casual Hackathon. First, let me briefly introduce what Casual Hackathon is. It's a new type of hackathon initiated by the LX DAO community, focusing on lightweight operation, low cost, decommercialization, creativity, and user experience. It's designed as an open source public good, inspired by various formats of hackathons. LXDAO will not apply for any patents or restrictions on its use. Any individual, community, or organization is welcome to initiate or participate. This time, our theme is EIP 7702, which has sparked global discussion since the Pacto upgrade. Some of its key features include transaction batching, gas sponsorship, privilege de-escalation. We believe participants will explore and build interesting projects around these innovations. Please refer to the slides for our timeline. After a few days of preparations, many of you may already have exciting ideas and possibly brainstormed with each other. After today's open day, you'll officially start building. During this period, we'll also have official hour sessions, so feel free to ask technical questions to our guests and judges. We are looking forward to your demo day presentations. It's going to be an unforgettable and inspiring day. So about the judging process, the evaluation criteria are already available on GitHub. Every participating project will receive an NFT honor badge. So you can see some of our previous badges on the slide now. And our judging panel for this event is featured on the slide, like Bruce Xu, Victor Zhou, and Westlaw. Yeah. So we are honored to have 3 sponsors for this hackathon. Let's first learn more about BGA. Yeah. So give me 1 second.
Hey everyone, my name is Glenn, lead and managing partner for the Blockchain for Good Alliance. So very happy to be here for a very quick keynote run through of why we're here, what we're doing with the EIP-7702 Casual Hackathon. So really diving a little bit more, what exactly is the Blockchain for Good Alliance? We were launched last year in April by Bybit, and we are a long-term collaborative non-profit initiative, and we work with various partners, and our main goal is really to contribute to societal good by using and supporting blockchain technology to solve real-world problems. So essentially, our real goal is to position blockchain as a tool with the capabilities to, really address some of the critical global issues that are very much in line with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or the 17 SDGs for short, of the United Nations. So at the Blockchain for Good Alliance, we are primarily backed by Bybit, and we are powered by the BGA Web3 Key Fund to really launch and support and, essentially carry out the 4 pillars, as what we call it. So 4 pillars, number 1, a hackathon pillar. This is why we're here. We sponsor hackathon organizers to really add in an element of blockchain for good in the tracks to provide really diverse resources for support to all these projects. And winning projects from the hackathon can actually be invited to compete in our finale PGA hackathon at the end of every year. But diving a little bit more as well into what we do, we also have an internal incubation program, and our incubation program is actually offered to eligible projects, and we give a diverse range of support. We give marketing support, branding support, community development, resource matching, and we also give in grants and potential connections to, investment support that can really help these projects within our incubation project scale up. And we also do what we call the joint fund. This is where we establish collaborative funding pools with various major partners and institutions. So we work with players like the UNDP, the United Nations Development Programme. We work with various L1s. We also work with VCs. And we really form together a large pool in order to push forward blockchain for good type projects. And last but not least, we have the Web3 Oscar, which is our year-end annual event where we celebrate the best, achievements and projects in blockchain. So really diving a little bit more into the hackathon side of things, you can see that we take part in various hackathons, online, offline, as well as hybrid. But more specifically to why we're here, open source, public goods, as well as global impact is a key focus in our participation and our sponsorship for this casual hackathon. So we believe that open source is really a foundation of real public infrastructure, and the values behind EIP-7702, its modularity, its composability, open verification, they essentially align very deeply and directly with our mission, because at the end of the day, it's a very grassroots level innovation that the BGA really endorses and supports, which is also why we're putting up this 1,000 USDT prize pool for the top projects here. So in our hackathon track, we would like, of course, for teams to really build with purpose and to really think and build beyond the track itself. We are here to really support ideas that solve real-world problems in public goods as well as social impact. And like I said earlier, aligned with the UN SDGs. So projects that are really aligned with these public good goals may also be considered for entry into our BGA incubation program, but a little bit more on that later. So even though I said that we are aligned with the UN SDGs, we also do focus on 5 major areas, technically 6 now, for our hackathon track for the BGA. So we look at things such as security and transparency, we look at global education development, we look at life and health, sustainable development, reduction of inequality, and by now you know the drill of the type of public goods projects that we look out for. But another area that we have been recently expanding our interest into looking at for hackathons is also in the area of cybersecurity. So just something to think about. And for our scoring rules, we have 5 very broad scoring rules. Number 1, social impact, technical implementation, innovation, sustainability, and scalability, as well as user experience. So we grade all these criteria upon 100, and this is where we also look and grade and essentially sift out the best projects. So we look at how impactful the project is. We look at how well blockchain is being used, whether the product is innovative. We look at also importantly whether the project is self-sufficient beyond the hackathon, beyond funding, beyond the grants, and how scalable it could be. And last but not least, of course, the user experience is super, super important. And last one is a very big call to builders and the benefits that we can give beyond the hackathon. So of course, while we are excited about the projects that can be built, selected winners may receive invites into our incubation program. And this gives a lot more support to these projects to really scale up in the early stages. From equity-free grants, we give access to our global mentor and advisor network. We give co-marketing as well as amplification opportunities, because oftentimes we do work closely with Bybit to really help these projects and gain more attention and exposure. So this really gives more pitch support as well as fundraising kinds of opportunities as well. And we also do give a feature article in our internal BGA blog called the BGA Pulse, and potentially also an invite to the global BGA Web3 Oscar. But at the end of the day, I do have to put it out there that the incubation as well as the Web3 Oscar invitation is rigorous. So, not every single project can get there, but there might be some opportunities to do so. So yes, that's it. To really revisit this slide deck, you can take a look at tinyurl.com/BGA-LXDAO. So just make it simple for you guys to really relook at this whole deck. Anything else, you can follow us on X, and that's my personal Telegram there as well for you to really contact and reach out if there is anything. So that's it from the Blockchain for Good Alliance, and all the best in building.
Okay. Let me start from here. Yes. So thank you thank to BGA for its contributions to the blockchain and Web3 space. For this event, BGA will serve as the exclusive judge for selecting airdrop reward projects. Details would be listed on our GitHub. Yeah. So one key is a hardware wallet that physically isolates mnemonic phrases, protecting them from hackers. It's the only hardware wallet backed by both YZ Labs and Coinbase Ventures, fully open source and audited on GitHub. You can buy it at onekey.so using the LXDAO discount code for 5% off. Yeah, and huge thanks to OneKey for their long-term dedication to wallet security. About Slowmist, founded in 2018, which is a blockchain security firm offering security audits, consulting, red teaming, and more. Personally, when I first entered the blockchain space, the first thing I read was the Slomist's Dark Forest survival handbook. We deeply appreciate Slomist's consistent efforts in blockchain security. Thanks again to all our sponsors for their incredible support. Yeah. So this EIP 7702 casual hackathon is co-organized by Excel and Expander, and we are grateful for promotion support from Build Guild, ECH Institute, DeFi Hack Labs, and Deep Learning. At this point, I guess you are getting tired of hearing just me talking, and talking. But don't worry, we're moving into the exciting part. Yeah. Now, it's time for our guest speaker. We're so excited to welcome Adam Fuller, a tech expert, to share his insights on EIP 7702 and related proposals. Yeah. Hey, Adam, are you here?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, welcome, Adam. So I
Thanks.
just
Thanks. Yeah,
stopped.
good to be here.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes. Yeah. So maybe I'll yeah. Thanks so much, everyone. It's been great to see some activity in the chat the last couple of days. I'll quickly, I guess, give a bit of context. So I've been building apps on Ethereum for a while. So I guess first got into sort of building apps myself when I met Austin Griffith, and we built a bunch of apps in sort of 2020, often like focused a lot around NFTs. So if you've like Nifty Inc. was one example, but then built a lot of other apps on Ethereum and side chains as rollups didn't exist then, and then worked on the Graph for a couple of years, but over the last sort of 6 to 9 months, I've been focusing a lot on the Ethereum developer experience, but then also as a result, the user experience. And EIP 7702 is obviously a massive potential transformation in the end user experience if the overall ecosystem sort of takes advantage of it. So today, I guess I wanted to run through, if I share my screen, a little bit of context and background, which I think a lot of it will be familiar to everyone here. But wanted to essentially run through why EIP 7702 is really cool. So I'll start here. So essentially, there's a before and after thing. So before EIP 7702, EOAs could do two things. Really, they could sort of send transactions, initiate transactions. They could be the message.sender, and they could also receive ETH and hold ETH, and they'd need ETH to make those transactions. And after 7702, they introduced this new capability, this ability to set the code that their account will execute when it's called, and sort of reset it and update it. And then as a result, that code can be executed, and they can also sort of store data as a result. So those are kind of the three new capabilities. Why I think this is really cool is because it essentially means that any account can be a smart account. And I think this is actually really important because we're kind of stuck currently in this in between like in the stage where smart accounts have been around for a while. They're really, really powerful. You can do so many cool things with smart accounts, but most of crypto users today are using EOAs, and they're expecting to bring their MetaMask wallet or their Rainbow wallet or wherever their EOA is, or their like essentially whatever wallet they have, their seed phrase. We kind of have this thing where all of the current users have this thing, which then means that apps build for that, and then that means that they can't offer the more powerful capabilities that you get from using smart accounts, which could be anything. So I think batch transactions is the starting point. You can then sort of think about gasless transactions, so more streamlined user onboarding, or not having to worry about if you have ETH in one place or another. And then like beyond that, you get into much more exciting stuff like chain abstraction and access control, account recovery, multi-factor privacy, all this stuff, which actually makes it feel a lot more like programmable money than it does today. And so essentially this is the the path that we're on, if we as an ecosystem can actually get towards adopting 7702 broadly, then the sky's the limit. As a sort of brief level set, this is a sort of a multi-stage process, and I want to, I guess, like orient the way I think about it. Obviously, the chains need to hard fork to introduce 7702, and it's been really cool to see how that's been progressing over time. Then there needs to be enough infrastructure to support 7702 accounts and related EIPs, and actually, I think things are really strong here. So the like VM and WAGMI have had early support for the relevant methods for a long time. Obviously, the whole smart account part of the ecosystem has been waiting for this for a while. So like a chain support has actually been pretty has been happening like quite fast. So you can actually check, like if you see there's actually like pretty broad support. So Ethereum and Gnosis and BNB, or Gnosis and BNB supported before mainnet. All of the super chain were pretty fast to adopt. And then actually there have been a couple more. So I think Bearer Chain actually went live 2 days ago. Has been a really strong adoption at the chain level as well, I think, compared to what I expected. And so now we're at this key point where it's wallets. So this is then where I think it's really useful just to understand like who needs to think about 7702 and who needs to think about building on smart accounts. So 7702 and calling that authorization isn't just like a regular signature. It's actually it's a really high risk signature, right? Like it's in that same thing where you should always be careful when you sign anything. You should be particularly careful about signing 7702 authorizations, and so I think that's one like where actually the spec of 7702 is really smart, because it doesn't just take a regular type of signature; it's a special type of signature. You can't ask any wallet to sign to sign in this way. It needs to like have a very particular structure, which is great from a security standpoint, because it means that wallets need to sort of proactively make that available. And rightly, wallets have not made that available. Wallets have all mostly decided to write their own smart account contracts and allow users to upgrade to those. And so really the like EIP-7702 thing is kind of a wallet thing at the moment. Your wallet decides which smart account implementation they're going to use, and then that sort of constrains what's possible. But from an app developer perspective, that's actually pretty good, because it means you actually don't really need to worry about 7702 so much. You just need to worry about like, is this account that the user is connected with a smart account? And there are a bunch of potential ways to do that. So in this like 7702 checker, I've got some simple things where like essentially you can check the code that is a given address, and so you can see whether it's a regular smart account or a EIP-7702 smart account. In either case, you can like once you know that it's a smart account, you can then essentially build with it, and so that actually means you're using less using 7702 and more using 5792, which is essentially a new addition to the app wallet interface, which allows you to send calls. So rather than sending a transaction, a specific like transaction with a nonce and gas estimation, all that kind of stuff, you just say, okay, I want this account to call these smart contracts, and that's where essentially a lot of the initial implementations that we're seeing are starting with just batching transactions. So it's essentially taking the approve and swap step that you would normally see on an app, and turning that into one transaction. And then the cool thing about that is that then it's pretty trivial over time to add these other capabilities, and this can actually be done at the app layer or the wallet layer once you've moved from sending transactions, which are really specific and rigid, to sending calls, which essentially just say, okay, I want these calls to be made, and like actually there's a bunch of flexibility in the way in which you could do that, do those things. So I guess that's an overview of adoption. There are a bunch of great resources. I've been I had a very long Twitter thread that was trying to capture all of the 7702 relevant tweets, but that turned out to be sort of impossible, and ended up creating just a site to track this and other things. So it's called uxscout.xyz, which kind of has a couple of things. So firstly, it's got an overview of kind of what I described around like the transition from today to like user-facing adoption, so from chains to infrastructure to wallets to apps. A bit of an overview on chains and which are supporting today. Some overview of the infrastructure. So as I say, WAGMI and VM have got really top level support for 7702 and 5792. And then there's great sort of smart account infrastructure that's supporting. Block Explorer support is still slightly pending on all instances, but it's certainly there on mainnet, and then data is available. And then finally, sort of the delegation contracts themselves. So again, some pointers to the contracts that people are using. So to say, the infrastructure layer is looking pretty solid, but still room for progress. A bit of an overview of the of wallets. So I think that wallets are an interesting one because they kind of are the bottleneck. And again, so I think Ambir is a newer extension that have sort of first class, or like they've really built around 7702. And I've been really impressed with the MetaMask team and the way in which they've lent into this, and they were there on day one to support. So that's on their extension. And OKX and BitGet are also super early with this, as well as Trust Wallet. But there are still some others who don't yet have support. And so that's a thing where applying gentle pressure as an industry would be great, because as I say, until you have full support, it's going to be harder to really reap the benefits. On the embedded wallet side, so these are more like app-specific wallets. There's a lot more flexibility because you kind of can sign stuff in a way that you don't with these external wallets. And they pretty much all have examples and ways in which you can choose and have much more flexibility with your 7702 implementation. So for people wanting to experiment at the like 7702 layer, I'd say that the embedded wallets are probably more fun to sort of try and build with than like interacting with the external wallets. But then there's and hardware wallets are still all pending at the moment. And then finally on the app layer. So as I said, there's a kind of a few ways in which apps could leverage this once they detect that you've got a smart account. But I'd recommend folks taking a look at EIP-7702, which is this new send calls endpoint for making transactions. And then, so I guess here this links to a bunch of examples, folks who've already integrated this. So, and yeah, if you go to these individual examples, I think I've got little. Firstly, there's a link to the site themselves, and I encourage you to try them out. So, Revoke Cash was super early to adopt, and but then I've got little videos where I just run through, so you can see essentially it's really just turning two transactions into one, mostly, which does make a big difference because that is a lot of user overhead that you can remove. So anyway, that's a bit of an overview from me. Happy now, I guess, to answer any questions or follow-ups. But wanted to give a quick overview of EIP-7702, where we're kind of at in the adoption process, what we think what the world of the possible could potentially look like. But also, really appreciate everyone who's building on this, because I think that ultimately that's the way in which we need to get the whole ecosystem to adopt this, so we can improve things for end users.
Okay, thanks to Adam for the insightful and inspiring session. It was super valuable even for someone like me who's not from a tech background. Yeah. So let's move to the Q&A section. Any questions from the audience? Anyone want to ask something? About Bruce. Any question from you? I just Q anyone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good from my side. So I already posted some question in the channel, in the Telegram group. Yeah, and thanks Adam for answering me some questions. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Bruce. Anyone else want to share a thought? Okay. So if there are no more questions, let's once again thank Adam for the valuable time and conversation. Thank you, Adam.
And yeah, thanks so much, and happy to help in the chat or otherwise. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me share my screen again. Okay, here. So let's move to the team formation and brainstorming section. Anyone want to share? Yeah. Okay, give me a second. Okay, it's you again, Bruce.
Yeah, maybe let me kickstart this section. So I would like to introduce my idea. So yeah, could you please scroll down to my.
Yeah,
Okay,
give me a second.
so yeah, my idea, the name is called like Get Steady. It's actually some meme in Chinese community. I'm not sure if it's also this has similar meme in a non-Chinese community. It's like if you do something, help me a lot. I'm willing to tell to call you my daddy or something like that. So this will be a very urgent scenario that I want to buy some meme coin on chain or do some invocation on chain, but I didn't get enough or I don't have any gas token on that chain. Maybe I will send authorization, send in the group, said okay, who can help me quickly, then I will thank you as like you are my dad or something like that. So I think that this might be helpful for onboarding new users, like new user, like when they invoke some contract without gas, they might send the link into somewhere, or maybe they can just post on the list, on the public list. And if you are happy with some new friends to join or use your contract, then you can sponsor. You can help them to submit the tag transaction. Yeah, that's my general idea. So it's quite simple. I think it's just like a very simple gas sponsorship example. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, that's a really creative project. Nice work. So, anyone want to discuss it further? Feel free to unmute. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there is a something some limitations. So previously I was thinking to build a web app, then the users can click authorize the generate the authorization, and then generate a web UI URL, send in the group. But now I found the sponsor cannot click on the web page because maybe yeah, let's find out. Maybe there is a way to work around. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Bruce. So, anyone else want to share your thoughts? Yeah. So feel free to unmute. I have so many participants here. Yeah. Okay, Keelan. Solidity Go. Are you here? I just running Uniswap V3 by EIP-7702. Are you here? So, Solidity Go. Oh, okay.
He's not. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Feel free to unmute. Yeah.
He's not here, but we just came up and we are discussing about the whole idea
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
Okay.
Should I share some ideas or what should I do
Yeah.
right now? I mean,
It's okay.
Can I?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah. So initially we are thinking about there are so many idle assets in our wallet, and we are trying to take advantage of Uniswap v3 and to make it more user friendly and to make it like I would say user friendly for people who don't have so much time researching or going through a lot of protocols or a lot of DeFi. And we are trying to make something like just one click and make those complex DeFi more simple.
Mm,
One
very
click and
brilliant.
invest. Yeah. But we're still thinking about it.
But it's very brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
Sorry, I didn't get the project in mind currently. I didn't get what you said.
Thanks. Okay.
oh, okay. Anyone have questions or feedback? Yeah.
Yeah, I have it like hello? Are you hearing me?
Oh, yeah, I can
Hello.
hear you. Feel free. You're mute.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I'm asking, like I didn't get this project, this Uniswap V3 project, V3 trader. I didn't really get what she said, what the last speaker said.
Yeah, so
You don't get it or you get it?
I don't understand it. Okay,
Oh,
let me use that.
okay.
Yeah.
So technically there are a lot of wallets. They have like there are several APY. It's like how to say? It's more like ETF, but it's on wallet. And okay, for example, like Fuse wallet or like Binance or OKX Web3 wallet, they have several tokens and it will show how much APY you are gonna earn from it, right? And all you have to do is to deposit your tokens in the wallet and click and invest. That's how simple it is. And we are trying to do pretty much the similar thing, but we want to do something slightly different, but we are still thinking about how to make it differentiated from others. Yeah.
All right. Oh, I think I didn't really get, but I think maybe if we discuss more, maybe on the Telegram channel, I think I'll try to understand.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. For better communication, it might be more appropriate to discuss this part in the group chat, right? Yeah. So anyone else ready to share?
Yeah. Hey, hello.
Oh, hey, Alex.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Alex. I'm the coiner guy, 0x coiner.
Which one?
Yeah, you can back to the repo of the registered people, and I'm the first. Not here.
This one?
If you will go to full repo, yeah. Maybe I'm in the bottom or something. Yeah, this one,
Oh,
this one, this one. Yeah, 0x. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, cool. So I'm from the team of Open4. So basically, we are building open source wallet, and like 3 months is we was building the 7702 delegator contract, and yeah, and we have it in demo version. So yeah, what we are trying to build now. So yeah, so the thing that the problem of the private keys or managing private keys, it's going like worse and worse, and we are very soon. I think we will go to see the quantum computers and all talks about quantum resistance. So basically, what we implemented it was the another curve of keys, Web 10 P256, if somebody familiar with that. So it's very advanced and cool. So basically, you can sign up any transaction with biometric, or yeah, or with some hardware, YubiKey, for example, and it's cool. But what I proposed in my team, that I think, from my opinion, it's also not the best solution for quantum resistance. So I'm trying to push the kind of like solution with ZK proofs. So when I submitted our project here to the hackathon, so one of the ideas is to move from paradigm of keys to ZK proofs. So basically, validate proofs in the contract instead of signatures. So basically, if the user wants to execute any action in the smart wallet, so basically he providing a ZK proof, and the proof should be validated with some verifier that, of course, wrote in Solidity. And one of the projects that I found, it's Socrates. So basically, they providing zero knowledge generation of generate verifier and the key, and then they also creating the based on the proof, they creating Solidity contract to verify these proofs. So this is what lately we are working, and yeah, and this is what I want to share with you guys. And if you have any questions, feel free.
Okay. About hey Alex, about teammates. What kind of teammates you want to find? Yeah.
I think if you will go to the submissions of projects, and you will see the file that I submitted. So down I wrote the features that I'm thinking to implement to the contract. So one of them was the ZK proofs to validate basically the execution by ZK proofs. And other thing, it was the privacy. Stills account, if somebody heard about. So basically, I'm looking maybe to join to someone who into privacy and zero knowledge. So yeah, so this kind of thing.
Okay. Anyone here want to discuss it further? Yeah. Let's be Alex partners. Yeah. Okay. So maybe it's better to share your thoughts in the TG group, for finding appropriate teammates. Alex, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I will ping in the chat group. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we have like 73 people in our TG group. Yeah. So anyone else want to share your mindset, your projects? Yeah. Okay. If anyone still wants to connect for teaming up or brainstorming, so feel free to unmute or continue the conversation in our TG group. Yeah. Let me give me a second. So that's end of today's open day. If you have any questions, check out our GitHub page. You can find everything there. Yeah, or reach out in the teacher group. We'll be there to help. Looking forward to seeing. Oh yeah, Bruce. Yeah, you can mute.
Yeah, I think you can maybe open the GitHub because there are examples and ideas I put it in. Yeah, the lower, yeah, the idea. Yeah, because some of our friends I think maybe didn't join the workshop, so I'm gonna briefly introduce something. Yeah. So here are some ideas. I just create some as an example, so you are free to add new or something like that. So basically, there are some idea like a subscription, like a wallet improvements, but that's depending on the limitation from wallets. So not all of them can be implemented well, unfortunately. And I got one idea. I think that's very interesting, like the gaming one. So imagine like a different smart contract as your suite. So you can change different contract, then invoke some functions to join the battle with some friends. So I think those kind of like idea very interesting. And also, if you click the examples folder, yeah, I have put some examples, like for example, the guest sponsorship. I put some code here so you can run it easily, or maybe you can just fork from here. It's gonna save you some time to let you focus on your logic. So basically, this is a simple example to have which has a contract. So you can deploy, you can change and deploy. In the example.ts file, you can find some example or some SDK. So you can send the transaction, you can invoke the contract, etc. Yeah, that's what I want to share more. Like it might be helping. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, for more details. Yeah. So, China. So, yeah. Yeah. You can mute. Hey,
All right.
Chino.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Of course.
All right. So my sorry I'm saying this late, but if you go to the registration page there, I think my name is the first one, the first person here.
Yeah.
Yeah, nonsense. Yeah, but if you look closely, if you could just go back,
Okay.
If you look closely, I resonated with Bo. If you go scroll down,
Yeah.
if you scroll down, yeah, down, yeah, this BO. Yeah, so I resonated with the project. Yeah, so I was like asking, um I want to work with this person on this project, on this is project title. So I don't know if he's available here on the call so that we can discuss further. But if he's not available, I think the project I will want to work with is with Alex. Sorry, with Bruce. Bruce, are you there?
Yeah. I'm here. Yeah.
I feel if he's not available, then I think I want to work with Bruce. How feasible can that be?
Yeah. Cool. Gas Daddy, right?
Yeah, Gas Daddy. Yeah, I would
Cool.
want to work with you concerning Gas Daddy.
Yeah. Let's see if we can connect with Boo.
Yeah.
If but he left a GitHub ID, not Telegram, so it might be challenging to. Yeah, let's find out later to see if he's in the group or not.
All right, no problem. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, that's so cool. By the way, Boo, are you here? B-O. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's keep moving on. Yeah. So like I said before, that's the end of today's open day, right? So looking forward to seeing all the amazing builds. So and we'll see you on demo day. Yeah. So bye bye everybody. But you guys, if you guys still want to, like team up with someone, you can keep like discussing. Yeah.
Cool. Let's hacking. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Good luck, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.